Bill here with the Metals Minute. Today is Monday, August 29th, 2022. We have a rather severe downdraft in the financial markets since Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell's speech that he gave. It was 8 minutes, and it turned out to be a minus $4.2 billion per second 8-minute speech. It wiped off $2 trillion of global market cap from equity markets worldwide. Now, that trend has continued this morning with futures down before the open. We have the Dow off 3% since the speech Friday. The S&P 500 is off 4%, and the tech-heavy NASDAQ is off 5% since that speech on Friday. What's this all about? How has this affected the metals? Well, as often happens when there's a severe downdraft, the metals sometimes are initially affected, and they were affected a little bit, but I don't think it's necessarily only because of the stock markets going down, but because of the dollar going up internationally as opposed to other currencies in Europe and on this side of the Western Hemisphere. The dollar has really strengthened, even though for Americans it's come under pressure in terms of purchasing power. Internationally, it's at a relative high point right now. And so that has caused the metals to tamp down a little bit. But relatively speaking, even silver, which is the most volatile of the four, was only down 1.3, and so that's better than 100% less going down than the most conservative stock index. So even silver is less volatile than stocks right now, and palladium is 6% higher. So looking at that, the composite of the metals is actually higher now compared to lower for the equity indexes since the speech. And the metals appear to be in a good place and already moving back in an upward direction. One of those reasons why it has to do with energy. And the reason the dollar is strengthening against other currencies in Europe is the energy situation in Europe. If you don't have energy, you don't have an economy. And many factories are closing down. Industries are shutting down. Refiners of various metals, aluminum, even Volkswagen is stockpiling glass, windshields and windows for cars, because the glass manufacturers are going to have to slow or possibly cease operations over the winter time as electricity has become just a tenfold increase across many parts of Europe. Think about that. Whatever your utility bill is, let's say you paid $200 last month a year ago, and now it's $2,000 a month. That's hard for us to fathom, but that's what they're going through there. So that's affecting individuals as well as companies and manufacturing operations. And of course, Germany is a manufacturing hub for all of Europe. So there's a lot of problems there, and people are going to the dollar just to try to find some stability. It really is one of the cleanest shirts in the dirty laundry bin in many ways across Europe today. So that's more the reason why the metals are impacted, is by the dollar has gone up on the international stage. But keep in mind, precious metals already has energy built into it. So as energy prices continue to rise, that puts a building floor underneath precious metals that are already refined. Because as refining operations become more expensive, so does the value of gold and silver and platinum and palladium that's already above ground and in your vault. So that's something to keep in mind as we go forward. I really believe that precious metals puts those of us that own precious metals more in the catbird seat with an economy that has fewer and fewer bright spots in terms of places to put assets, because every other area is coming under severe pressure. And so this is a time you want to protect yourself and your family, your financial future, by owning precious metals. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you again later this week.